Good evening guys, hello and welcome to another vlog episode of the India Darshan travel series. So right now I'm in the elevator of my hotel out here in Hyderabad, and that's the Secretariat. Over there is a nice park in the riverfront area, so I'm just gonna go out and take an evening walk. So let's get started. There's also the sculpture there, if you remember. I don't know if I was a vlogger back when I was in Tokyo, but they have a similar sculpture out in Ginza, and we used to jokingly call it flying shit. Here is the standing shit. It's on the other side over there, the golden sculpture there. But anyways, this is my Hotel Anmol Continental. This was the elevator view. So we have to figure out a way to cross the road somehow over there. And that's the Secretariat and the park side over that side. And they have these electric buses also running here because mobility is a bit constrained in this city. As you saw in the previous vlog, it's a lot of traffic. Even right now there is a lot of traffic, so there's a good need for public transport out here. It's the IT hub of India. Now it is clearly visible from here, and that's the Secretariat at night. Looks really amazing. Such a massive Western style building. As a civilian, I guess that's as close as I can get to this, kind of giving me like a Oval Office like vibes. There also the grills were so high, and this was the best view that I got from there as well. But I think there is more lively. There are some stalls and then the sculpture, and maybe the park is open for the night views. Let's go that way and explore there instead. Tried asking the cops at the Secretariat if they would let me go only a couple of steps inside, and it's an absolute strict no. It's a highly secured zone. It's an active CM's office and the Secretariat, so no civilian can just go walk around and take selfies. But anyway, so I came to this, and we'll take selfies here instead. This is open to the public. So finally got to orient myself. That's the Birla Mandir on top of a hill. This is the Secretariat. This is the Lumbini Park, which is open as well now, and it has a ticket. So I have to decide whether I want to see this in the evening or in the morning. Maybe I'll see it now, so that all the things within the walking distances I can cover today in the evening as a casual evening walk, and then tomorrow I can do the things a little bit further away. I also looked up Charminar because it's the Ramadan time, and in the evening once they break the fast it would be really lively and there would be a lot of food. But that's about 7 kilometers, and I didn't feel like riding or walking that long for that matter. So I will do that tomorrow for dinner, maybe go to Charminar side. So let's go check out the Lumbini Park next. So I'm inside the Lumbini Park. It was a 20 rupee ticket for an adult, 10 for a child. Lots of different activities here that you could do that are all paid separately, like swings and stuff. There's also boating, lots of eateries all around, like snack shops. Gonna check out the vibes going towards the boating side. There's also a laser show happening in like 9 minutes, but that's paid separately as well, so not interested in that for the moment. Done exploring the Lumbini Park. There's a separate ticket of 80 rupees for the laser show. Not very keen on that, so I'm gonna go out, grab a bite to eat, and then head over to Birla Mandir and have the evening darshan. Hopefully it is still open. I still see the lights on, so that should be okay. The Secretariat looks so nice that every time I come up to it from any different side, I'm so not done looking at it. Just look at the grandeur of the place. Even the people walking on the streets are stopping and taking selfies with it. Snacking on the sour and salty totapari yam as well. If you go to Ooty side, you're gonna get this. That's where I ate several years ago with my father. Found it on the streets here as well, so snacking on this. And Birla Mandir is on the opposite side. I'm still at the food side, so still snacking. Okay, so all done snacking. Back to our hotel side on the other side of the highway. That's the Secretariat, and asked a local street hawker for directions on how to get to the Birla Mandir. And he says just go past your hotel. There would be a traffic signal. Go left from there. So I asked him next how many steps would there be to climb now that I've had some food in the system. Do I need to wait or can I go right now? He says there are no steps. It's an incline that you have to go up. So that sounded doable, at least from the encouragement that he gave me. He said, yeah, it's easy peasy, just go. So I was like, okay, just going with the flow, and we're gonna do it. It's 7:50 right now, so I'm hoping that the temple is open at least for another half hour or so. So we get a good evening darshan, because I don't want to do this bright and early in the heat. Now is a perfect time to do this. Whoa, there's a European castle-like hotel here as well. Hotel Amruta Castle or something, yeah, Hotel Amruta Castle. We have to go up from here. This is the main temple entrance. Over there is the temple. If you come in a auto rickshaw, you get dropped at the gates here. Then there's a little bit of a climb. I see a couple of steps, so not too bad indeed. It was easy peasy. Made it to the shoe deposit point. It's right there. Gonna leave the shoes there, do the darshan. See you after the darshan break. I doubt I can vlog inside the main Garbhagriha, but I'll come back and report how the scenes are at the evening aarti. So just got done with the darshan. It's almost 9 p.m. It's a bit crowded, but it's very well organized. A little bit of a push because by 9 p.m. everybody who's queued up needs to do the darshan, but all in all it's a very peaceful place. We also get a bird's eye view of the Charminar. That was the one that I was pointing to with the lights. The Secretariat, the Hussain Sagar, everything is visible from up there. So just gonna check out this shop, then just walk all the way back to the hotel, rest up for the night, and tomorrow morning we start exploring the rest of Hyderabad.
The next day.
Good morning people, this is the next day. We are up bright and early. It's just 9:30 in the morning and we are going to venture out and explore. Also last night I had some free time, so I was doing up some reading about that sculpture. So this sculpture is meant to be like an eternal flame as a tribute to the martyrs. So that's really cool, and no disrespect to the martyrs at all. So the plan for today is, in the first half I want to go to the HITEC City, which is the IT hub of Hyderabad, and check out the Golkonda Fort. Then maybe Chowmahalla Palace as well. That brings us very close to Charminar. So if I want, I can go grab a bite to eat there and then come back and rest. But ideally I want to go to Charminar in the evening time as well to check out the Eid bites. So let's see how that goes. And that's the eternal flame. And why is it not visible in the camera? I don't know. Ah, there, right there. So that's meant to be a flame in a diya of sorts. So that's a pretty cool notion behind it, and that's why it is very close to the Secretariat as well. couldn't figure that out for a very long time, so I had to read it up online. Anyways, now that that is sorted, let's get Fortuner out of parking. Here you have to play a little bit of Tetris with the other two-wheelers. And I also looked up public transport, so technically you could take a metro, but that's convenient for the HITEC City. But for other monuments in the center of the city like Golkonda or Charminar, etc., there is no metro there, and I don't feel like taking a bus today, so we're gonna take Fortuner and figure out parking on the go. I will see if somewhere along the way, along one of these chai tapris, I can get some Irani chai. That seems to be very special, along with Usmani biscuits. Otherwise I'll get that at Charminar for sure. Jumbo watermelon. Watermelon season already. Haleem is also something I can try, but most of the shops are closed because it's fasting period. This is suddenly a whole different vibe. There's a Cafe Nilofer here, high-rise buildings. That's an incubation center, tea hub. Lots of big giants all around. Kind of like the Aero City in New Delhi. I get that kind of feels, and they're still building a whole lot more. But I can't really park here, so we have to keep going. Have to look for a place nearby where I can go and anchor down. Well, there is nothing nearby, so I set the navigation for Golkonda and we'll just see this on the go. And all these buildings are going to be highly secured, so you can't just waltz right in and... Whoa! This is a high-end district. That was a Panamera Pune. So cool. Made it to the Golkonda Fort. That's the fort right there, and there's a parking complex right here. I paid 20 rupees for a two-wheeler parking, and right there we just walk over there and we'll come to the fort side. The entire market is pretty slow and laid back today. I don't know why, because if it's Ramadan or because it's a Sunday. Didn't find any eateries or anything open, but I found coconut shop and sugarcane juice over there. Let's get some electrolytes going at least. I was wondering why all these ASI board signs with the QR code are flipped the other way around. Turns out today is International Women's Day, so entry to the fort is completely free. So that's really cool. Let's go inside. We're at the fort entrance. Finally inside the fort. That's the massive entrance, and I had to pay just 25 rupees for the video camera because the entry today itself is free. And the fort gate, like the actual doors that open and close, those are massive to stop an elephant from going inside. And that little window is kind of like a deterrent, so if the enemy uses elephants to break through, barge through, they'll throw hot water or some chemicals like that. But I think hot water did the trick back in the day. So let's take a few selfies out here and explore the Golkonda Fort. Just overheard a guard explaining that this window was indeed for hot oil, hot water. So yeah, my intuition was right. It's a deterrent right at the massive fort gate. This is their weapons storage vault, 3-story. It's blocked off by grids, so you can't go inside with the grills. It's closed, but you can go all the way up there. So let's start the trek. This is the Taramati Mosque, and it's still relatively well preserved compared to the other structures that are somewhat destroyed, but this looks really nice up close. Just like any other ASI monument, here too the guides, they ask you if you want a guide, and they say no guide, no understand, no guide, no history, etc. So Golkonda Fort we were taught in the history lessons back when we were in high school, so it has a lot of history behind it. So if you're a history buff and you need a detail, then you can get a guide. Otherwise you can walk around, because they've made this like nice walking path, lot of lush greenery around, and they have put up board signs that you can read along the way. So all in all, a pretty good experience, for especially when you get a free entry. Time to go for a little trek from here up the fort. Finally found the way the people were climbing up. So we just came from this side. Now we're gonna do the trekking. Let's see how many steps we finish at the end of it. That's the main entrance where we came from. Explored all this part. Now we're climbing up, stopping for a little water break. It's getting hot now, it's 12 noon. I think those high-rise buildings in the distance is the HITEC City over there, because we just came about 7 kilometers from there. So seems about a reasonable distance that way. Made it to the very top of the fort. That behind me is a temple, so you'll check out on the way down. There is also this part of the fort. Looking for a board sign to explain what this is. It's like some sort of a mini palace, but I don't quite know. Let's look around, maybe there is some information here. Okay, so this is the Durbar Hall. This is the top of the fort, double-story building. So nice out here, lots of shelter, lots of cool breeze, and really amazing views, like the bird's eye view of the entire city of Hyderabad from here. Right, done visiting the peak of the fort, did the darshan as well. It's now 12:20 and we are at 4064 steps. Start walking all the way down, exit from here, find our way to the next monument, the Chowmahalla. One thing that just struck me on the way down, that the king used to live down in the main palace and the Durbar Hall is up there. So they used to be ferried up and down. This was the royal route in the carriages all the way up to listen to the matters, resort the issues, and then go all the way down back to their own palace. This is an interesting arrangement. I've never seen something like this before. Alright, so back to the main entrance of the fort. We've done 5,000 steps. I don't remember, maybe we were at 2000 or so when we walked in, so we did like major part of the walking inside the fort itself. Now maybe some more walking in Chowmahalla, but we'll look around for something to eat. Maybe things have opened up now that it's past noon, but I doubt, because it's Ramadan period, so I'll end up fasting just like them until the evening and then go crazy with all the food. Let's see what we end up finding. I was this close to having my meal. Found a biryani place that serves biryani with double ka meetha for a very budget friendly price, but turns out they got a very big order, so they are busy preparing for that. So all the double ka meetha, biryani, everything that's ready was for the order, so I couldn't even get a la carte. But they had tiffins for idli, vada, etc., which I'm in the mood for typical Hyderabadi food, not South Indian idli, vada, dosa. So I'm gonna skip that, and I was just joking with them, like together with you I'm also doing a rosa for the day, like fasting for the day, not getting any food at all. Anyways, let's continue the hunger strike until we find authentic Hyderabadi meals and keep going towards Chowmahalla. We have about half an hour to ride 9 kilometers from here. Made it to the last stop of the first half of the exploration for the day, Chowmahalla Palace. I don't think I can vlog inside. I can use mobile camera for a 50 rupees additional, so we'll be using the mobile videography inside. Let's go get a ticket. I think it's 150 for an Indian citizen and 50 for mobile photography and 500 something for a foreigner. Let's explore what's inside the 4 palaces of the Nizams. This is the Khilwat. This was the highlight of the entire collection. There's a clock tower there. This was the one that has beautiful chandeliers inside and my personal favorite. This is my second favorite collection, buggy and vintage cars, after the chandelier side. Okay, so all done here. Time to head back to the hotel and rest up for another 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so until 5 p.m. because my phone, camera, everything is about to die. So see you in the second half of the exploration for the day.
A few inches later.
Alright, so it's evening, 5:20 p.m. and I'm back out to explore again. So at the Secretariat and the Martyrs Tribute. So we are going forward this time So yesterday I went here to check this out, to eat at the Chowpatty area, the Lumbini Park. Today we are going further towards the NTR Gardens. And on the way back, my phone actually died, so I came back the local Desi way, asked a bunch of auto drivers for partial directions and then came home. So realized that these touristic spots like the Secretariat, the Lumbini Park, the Hussain Sagar, people on the other side towards the Charminar area don't really know these names. They know Tank Band, Sikandrabad, so you have to know the local colloquial terms, otherwise you'll ask for waypoints that don't really exist in their dictionary. Anyways, that was an insightful learning that you get when you talk to people. So the plan is to go to the NTR Gardens, and maybe there's an NTR memorial nearby as well for NTR sir, and then we're going to enjoy the sunset from there, and after probably grab a auto or something to go to Charminar. Not taking Fortuner because a lot of people have told me that the crowds are going to be extremely crazy, so not going to risk driving around in that kind of traffic. So let's see, some sort of public transport to get there. Anyways, for now let's get to the gardens and enjoy the views and enjoy a sunset. Charminar is going to be lively for a while. So far I've had 3 cucumbers and 1 look me, the puff patty like thing, and that's about it. So I'm already hungry, but I have to wait for Charminar to come to life and for all the people to start serving. I also ran into a traffic cop because from the hotel side to come to this side you have to cross under the bridge. Technically there should have been a full pedestrian crossing all along, but there is none. So although there is a pedestrian wait sign, but anyways, I was waiting for my chance to cross, and the light turned red, but some of the guys still crossed. So the guy yelled at them, and then when it was safe for me to go, he told me, now it is safe, you can go. And I thanked him and he smiled, so he didn't expect that, but it was a very sweet gesture. Oh look, they have these buses like London, the double-decker buses, probably a tour bus from the government. I think it didn't have any logos of a private tour operator. So just got done exploring. Initially I had thought this was the NTR Gardens. I turned one gate too soon and I ended up at the memorial, and it was a little bit confusing encounter because in my head I was entering the gardens, but they said remove your shoes at the outside of the premises. Inside I had my GoPro, I wasn't vlogging, but the guard said you can't go inside with a YouTube camera. So it was a whole bunch of a chaotic encounter, but anyways I cracked a deal with the cloakroom guy where I kept my shoes. He said okay, you can leave your bag, so he charged me 5 rupees for bag storage, 5 rupees for shoes. So I said okay, fine, otherwise I would have just left. So next doors is the garden which I was actually trying to visit, so ended up visiting the memorial of the ex-CM of Andhra Pradesh. It was a very beautiful relaxing garden, right by the Secretariat, lots of green space, very peaceful place. But anyways, now let's check out the garden itself. So this is more of an amusement park with a bunch of fountains, rides, and a view of the Secretariat right here. And here again I deposited the batteries of my GoPro because they said if you want to make a video it will cost you 4,700 rupees. So definitely not doing that. Alright, so done with the exploration out here, the NTR Gardens. That's Dr. B.R. Ambedkar statue behind me. And I was chatting with a local auto rickshaw driver for a while, and I was asking, so I was basically waiting to book a online auto to go to Charminar as I had originally planned for the past 20-25 minutes, and nobody is accepting the ride. So I asked him and he said, do whatever you want to do, never ever go to Charminar during the Ramzan time. It's so packed, there's so many pedestrians, so many vehicles. It's about 10-11 kilometers and it's going to take you longer than 1.5 hours to get there. And never take your personal vehicle, you're never going to find parking. So He told me another restaurant, Shah Ghouse restaurant. They have a couple of branches. He said pick one, go there. They have amazing food. There is one about a kilometer from here, so I'm just gonna walk. So I'm not gonna go back and grab Fortuner and go for a ride. It's just 6:45. Let's enjoy the walk. That was Paradise Biryani. They have indoor seating and a takeaway. So grabbed chai, bun maska and the Usmania biscuit. So that's things sorted. So breakfast is done. Could have had biryani right here, but I'll go to that shop for biryani. All done here in Hyderabad. Ate my heart out. That was the last meal for the night. Even had some leftovers because Haleem by itself I was still hungry, but Haleem plus biryani was a little bit too much. Anyways, grab some food for the road. Gonna wrap this vlog up, and in the next vlog we'll be onwards to next city further down south on our ride to south. So this is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.